As Commander Alex Mercer's ship broke through Talara's atmosphere, the view through the cockpit window was like nothing he had ever seen. Lush emerald forests sprawled across the landscape, intersected by rivers shimmering with a faint lilac hue. The Talarian suns hung low, casting golden stripes over the terrain as if welcoming his arrival. Approaching landing zone, his pilot, Lieutenant Sarah Collins, announced, her tone steady. She adjusted the ship's controls, her focus unwavering. Coordinates set. You're clear to touch down, Commander. Thanks, Sarah, Alex replied, checking the monitors one last time. Keep the comms open. I might need to reach out if things go sideways. Noted. Good luck down there, Sarah offered, her lips curling into a confident smile. With a focused breath, Alex took the ship down, the engines humming smoothly as they landed. The ramp lowered and he stepped onto Talarian soil for the first time. Instantly, he was enveloped by the rich aroma of blooming alien flowers and the peaceful sound of distant wildlife. Wow, he muttered to himself, taking in the vibrant scene. Brightly colored creatures flitted between the ferns and the air buzzed with unfamiliar sounds. As he adjusted his gear, a figure approached from the cluster of Talarians in the clearing. It was Lyria, her iridescent skin shifting colors in the light. She looked ethereal, with sweeping hair that seemed to capture the sunlight. Welcome, Commander Mercer. Her voice was melodic, easing the tension he didn't realize he was holding. Thank you, Lyria, he replied, offering a warm smile. I've read about your world, but seeing it in person is breathtaking. Many say that. She stepped closer, her curiosity evident in her eyes. But seeing you here, it feels like something new. Something different. Different, huh? Alex chuckled. I hope that's a good thing. It is, she assured him, her gaze unwavering. But there's much you need to understand. Our customs, our way of life, we believe in harmony with our surroundings. Nodding, Alex straightened his posture. I'm here to learn and to foster friendship. The last thing I want is to disrupt your way of life. Then let us begin, she replied, extending her hand. Alex hesitated for a fraction of a second before taking it. Her skin was warm, radiating an energy he could hardly describe. Come, let me show you her home. As they walked through the lush greenery, the vibrant landscape transformed into a mosaic of colors. Lyria pointed out various plants, elaborating on their uses. This one is used for healing and nourishment. We have a deep respect for everything that grows here. I can see why, Alex remarked, admiring a particular flower that seemed to shimmer with every breeze. In my world, we've lost touch with that. What do you mean? Lyria asked, tilting her head quizzically. We often prioritize progress over nature, he admitted. It's a shame, really. That's part of why I wanted to come here. To see how you live in balance. Perhaps we can teach each other, she suggested, her eyes sparkling. There is wisdom in understanding different paths. Agreed. He felt a spark of excitement. I've always believed that collaboration leads to the strongest outcomes. They continued walking, discussing their cultures and histories. Alex shared anecdotes about Earth's struggles, wars fought over resources, environmental challenges, and the burden of progress. In turn, Lyria painted a picture of Talara's peaceful existence where conflicts were settled through dialogue and unity. Tell me, what do you think of our council? Lyria inquired as they reached a glade filled with luminous ferns. A group of Talarians gathered nearby, directing curious gazes toward Alex. Honestly? I'm impressed, he replied, scanning the crowd. You have such a strong sense of community. Back home, we're often divided by territories and ideologies. For a moment, silence hung between them, filled only by the soft rustle of leaves. Then, Lyria spoke up. Perhaps we can explore your ideals and discuss how we can create a new future. That sounds great, but I also need to prove to your council that I come in peace, Alex said. He kicked a pebble beneath his boot, a nervous habit he hadn't realized he still had. Lyria looked at him knowingly. They will judge your intentions based on your actions. Showing respect is essential. They do not trust easily. Understood. I'll do everything I can to earn their trust, he promised, feeling the weight of responsibility upon his shoulders. What's the first step? You will speak to them, she replied. But first, you should meet a few more of our people. They are eager to learn about you. Alex nodded but also felt a wave of apprehension. What if they don't accept me? Not everyone will, but remember, understanding takes time, Lyria reassured him. Let them see the human experience through your words. They approached the gathering where a small group of Talarians awaited them. When Alex introduced himself, he was met with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. This is Commander Mercer, Lyria announced, standing by his side. He comes in peace. One Talarian stepped forward, an elder with silver-streaked skin. We have seen your kind before, eh? Only in stories, Lyria interjected. He is different. Let him speak, the elder said, examining Alex closely. Gathering his courage, Alex stepped forward. I know there's fear surrounding humans. I'm here to listen, to learn, and to build bridges between our worlds. Another young Telerian raised an eyebrow. And if you betray our trust? I would never do that, Alex replied firmly, his heart racing. I want to help, not harm. My people have made mistakes, but we are capable of change. The group shifted, murmurs rippling through them. Alex could feel the tension, yet Lyria's reassuring presence grounded him. Allow him a chance, she urged, glancing at the elder. We all begin as strangers. The elder looked thoughtful, then nodded slightly. Very well. We shall see. With a sense of tentative acceptance, Alex felt lighter, and he offered Lyria a grateful smile. As the skies began to darken and stars peeked through the luminous expanse, the night buzzed with possibilities. Together, Alex and Lyria took a step back, both aware that this was only the beginning of a journey that could shape their worlds. Thank you for believing in me, Alex whispered as they resumed their walk. Together, we will learn what it means to trust, Lyria replied, her voice filled with hope. In that moment, between the vibrant alien world and the warmth of newfound friendship, Alex knew this was the beginning of something profound. Chapter 2, Discovery. The following sunrise bathed Talora in a palette of colors, vibrant hues spilling across the landscape as Alex stood on the terrace of the council's chamber. He gazed out over the horizon, marveling at the beauty that surrounded him. It felt surreal to be here, distant from Earth, yet somehow at home amidst the sounds of nature. Good morning, Commander Mercer. Lyria's voice carried over to him as she approached, her glow seemingly brighter than before. Morning, Lyria. He turned to face her, a smile of warm familiarity spreading across his face. Ready to conquer the day? More like to explore it, she teased, the sparkle in her eyes infectious. I've planned a few places for us to visit. You'll see Talora has secrets waiting to be unveiled. Secrets, huh? Sounds intriguing. Alex adjusted his gear, eager to learn more. Let's begin with the Skyfall Caverns, Lyria suggested, her excitement evident. They're not far from here, and the phenomena inside are magical. Lead the way, he replied, a sense of adventure bubbling within him. As they ventured through the vibrant landscape, the lush flora brushed against their legs. Alex found himself captivated by the sights and sounds, plants that dappled with bioluminescence and creatures that sang in harmonious symphonies. Your world is astounding, Alex remarked, trying to soak it all in. I can't believe how alive everything seems. It thrives in its interconnectedness, Lyria explained, gesturing to the green vines curling around a massive tree trunk. Every plant, every creature has a role to play. It's all about balance. Balance is something we've struggled with back home, he admitted. We tend to manipulate our environment instead of nurturing it. Lyria paused, looking at him with compassion. It's never too late to change. Understanding is the first step. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, hopping from one topic to another as if they'd known each other for years. Lyria pointed out various species of plants and animals, sharing her knowledge with pride. They entered a wooded area, the trees towering above them, their leaves whispering secrets in the wind. Here we are, Skyfall Caverns, Lyria announced, taking a step back to let Alex admire the entrance. The mouth of the cave was framed by a swirling pattern of crystals, glinting in the sunlight. Wow, he breathed, marveling at the natural artwork. It looks otherworldly. It is, Lyria said enthusiastically. Come on, let's go inside. With a deep breath, Alex stepped into the cool interior where the air was filled with moisture and lingering echoes. As they ventured deeper, the cavern opened into a vast chamber bathed in ethereal light. Glimmering stalactites hung from the ceiling, shimmering like diamonds above them. Welcome to the heart of Talora, Lyria said dramatically, spreading her arms wide. Speechless, Alex managed, wide-eyed as he scanned the surroundings. This is incredible. With every breath you take here, you're inhaling ancient stories, Lyria explained, her voice a soft melody. These caverns have seen generations of my people. So, what's the story of this place? He asked, intrigued. It's said that long ago, when the Telerians faced great challenges, they turned to the caverns for strength and wisdom, she narrated thoughtfully. They believed that if they listened closely, the spirits of the earth would guide them. Sounds like a cool fable, Alex replied, feeling a stirring connection to her words. Your ancestors relied on nature's whispers to face hardships? Exactly, she nodded, her gaze drifting to the shimmering walls. And in return, we've learned to preserve and cherish our gifts from the earth. That makes sense, Alex said, crossing his arms. We could learn so much from that. Maybe we can explore those mutual perspectives together, Lyria suggested, her smile brightening the dim chamber. We share struggles and perhaps we can find solutions. Sure. Like a collaborative project, he grinned. A blending of ideas? Precisely, she smiled, her enthusiasm infectious. They continued deeper into the cavern, light reflecting off the crystals, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that danced around them. Suddenly, Lyria halted, crouching down to examine a peculiar crystal formation. Look at this, she invited, pointing at the intricate patterns. Each facet represents a memory, a moment that's been captured in time. This is amazing. Alex knelt beside her, studying the shimmering surface. It's like a history book, only more alive. Feel it. She gently placed her hand on the crystal, her fingertips glowing softly. Every touch resonates with energy. He mimicked her, pressing his palm to the cool surface. A vibration swept through him, combining warmth and tension as if the rock was alive. Wow, I can feel that, he exclaimed, eyes widening. It's like a heartbeat. It connects each of us, even across species, Lyria said, her gaze steady. It reminds us we're part of something greater. Beautiful concept, Alex said. If only we could convey that to others back home. Perhaps we can bridge that gap, she suggested, her voice filled with quiet determination. As they spent more time exploring, laughter and playful banter filled the caverns, giving them a sense of freedom. They even attempted to skip stones across crystal-clear pools with varying degrees of success. Okay, that was terrible, Alex laughed, watching another rock plop into the water with a splash. It's harder than it looks. Lyria giggled, her eyes bright with amusement. Here, let me show you how it's done. She picked up a flat stone and demonstrated, sending it gliding across the surface. All right, I'm watching a pro in action, he teased, focusing on her technique. Let's see if some of your Tellurian magic can rub off on me. Just focus your energy and believe in the connection, she advised, her expression serious yet playful. I'll channel my inner Tellurian then, he said, crouching down to pick a stone. After a false start, he tossed it into the air as she directed. To his surprise, it skipped once, then twice, before sinking with a satisfying plop. See, you're getting it. Lyria cheered, her joy palpable. You've unlocked the secret of Tellurian stone skipping. Your encouragement made all the difference, he replied, basking in the carefree moment, letting laughter linger in the air. As they eventually made their way back outside, the suns had begun their descent, casting long shadows across the cavern's entrance. What a day, Alex said, eyes sparkling with exhilaration. Thank you for showing me your world, Lyria. It's only the beginning, she replied, her gaze thoughtful. When the stars emerge, we'll explore more. Plan on making me a night owl, huh? He joked. Only if you promise to keep up, she shot back, laughter in her voice. As they stood there, the crickets chirped as the first stars twinkled into view, illuminating their world with magic anew. What started as a mission had become a journey of connection, a budding relationship built on shared discovery and laughter. And under the vast Tellurian sky, as the stars shone down, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that he had found something special amidst the unfamiliar. Chapter 3, The Connection. As dawn broke on Talura, the skies painted in soft pinks and golds, Alex found himself awake and restless. He had always been an early riser, but something about this planet invigorated him in ways he didn't quite understand. He wanted to make the most of his time here, and more than that, he wanted to spend that time with Lyria. After a quick breakfast of fresh fruits that Lyria had introduced to him, he set off toward their designated meeting spot, a quiet glade dotted with soft grasses and vibrant blooms. As he arrived, he was greeted by the sight of Lyria, her form gently illuminated in the rising sun. Good morning, Commander. She called, waving enthusiastically. Morning, Lyria, he replied, feeling a rush of affection at her bright smile. You look radiant today. Thank you. I think it's the sun, she teased, stepping briskly toward him. Are you ready for our next adventure? Absolutely. What do you have in store for us? He was eager, his heart racing at the thought of what they might uncover together. I thought we could explore the Whispering Glade, she suggested, her eyes sparkling with mischief. It's said to amplify the sounds of nature, allowing you to hear the stories carried by the wind. Stories carried by the wind? Now that sounds poetic, he replied with a grin. Lead the way. As they walked together, Lyria explained more. It is believed that when you stand still enough, listening closely, you can hear the echoes of past conversations and forgotten melodies. Wow, I'm intrigued. I've always been fascinated by sound. We have our own legends about music being a bridge between realms, Alex shared. What do you mean? Lyria asked curiously. Well, we believe that music can connect people even if they speak different languages. It transcends barriers, he explained. Like how we connect right now. Exactly. Maybe we have more in common than we think, Lyria said, her enthusiasm contagious. As they reached the Whispering Glade, the scenery transformed. The trees stood taller and more magnificent, their leaves rustling as if to welcome them. The air felt electric. Take a moment, Lyria whispered, gesturing for him to sit. Let's just listen. They settled onto the soft moss, the gentle breeze swirling around them. Alex closed his eyes, allowing the sounds of Talara to wash over him. A chorus of rustling leaves, distant calls of creatures, and flowing water created a symphony of nature. Do you hear it? Lyria asked softly. I do, he replied, eyes still closed. It's like a melody intertwining with the rhythms of life. This place is special, she said. Every sound here is a reminder of our connection to the universe. I can feel it, he murmured, overwhelmed by the moment. It's as if we're part of something larger. Suddenly, Lyria leaned a little closer, her warmth radiating toward him. I have something to share with you, she said, breaking the tranquil atmosphere. What's that? He asked, curiosity piqued. Let's make our own sound, she suggested, excitement dancing in her voice. You mean like create music? Alex laughed, feeling a mix of apprehension and joy. Yes. We can hum or make rhythmic sounds together, she encouraged, her eyes narrowing in determination. Okay, but I warn you, I'm not a musician, he said playfully. Neither am I. It's about the experience, not perfection, she insisted, nudging him playfully. Let's try it together. With a hesitant smile, Alex began to hum, unsure of how this would turn out. Lyria joined him, her voice blending seamlessly with his, producing a lovely harmony. Laughter bubbled between them as they experimented with different sounds, their voices rising and falling. In that moment, surrounded by nature's symphony, something shifted between them. A bond, deepening like roots beneath the surface, began to unfurl. See? That wasn't so bad. Lyria exclaimed, her spirit infectious. Not bad at all. Who knew I had hidden talent? He joked, feeling lighter than air. We all have hidden talents, Commander, Lyria said thoughtfully. Sometimes it just takes a spark to ignite them. Speaking of sparks, he hesitated, glancing sideways at her. I want to thank you. Exploring your world has changed my perspective. It's refreshing. Thank you for being open to it. Lyria beamed, her pride evident. Now how about we try something else? What did you have in mind? Alex asked, intrigued. I want to teach you about the stories woven into our plants, she said, getting to her feet. They hold messages from the ancients. Let's do it, he replied, standing up. Following Lyria as she moved to a cluster of bright flowers, he felt an exhilarating blend of curiosity and excitement. As she knelt beside a cluster of flowers, Lyria pointed, this one represents unity. When we offer it to someone, we're expressing that we acknowledge our bonds. And what about these? He asked, gesturing to a cluster that emitted a gentle glow. Ah, those are for healing, she explained. When someone is unwell, we create a tea from these petals to promote recovery. Would you want to create some together? He offered, feeling the desire to take action in this newfound relationship. Absolutely. Lyria's face lit up at the suggestion. It would be an honor. They gathered the flowers as laughter floated between them. Underneath the canopy of trees, time seemed to slip away and... Why could learn something about healing from Talara? She turned to him, her expression thoughtful. There's wisdom within every culture. If we combine our experiences, we can craft new remedies that reflect both worlds. Great point. It all comes back to that collaboration idea, he said, impressed by her insights. Exactly, she chirped. Now let's prepare the tea. They worked alongside each other, carefully measuring the flowers and adding water, all the while their conversations flowing effortlessly. Tell me more about your world while the tea brews, Lyria prompted, her eyes glinting with curiosity. Okay, he replied, shifting comfortably beside her. Well, we have different cultures across our planet, just like Talara has its diverse ecosystems. We believe in communication and innovation, but we sometimes forget about connection. And why do you think that is? She asked, tilting her head with interest. Maybe we become too focused on progress without appreciating the relationships we have, he admitted. It's easy to overlook the little things like the harmony of nature. And how do we bring that back? Lyria queried, her eyes locking onto his as she leaned in. By slowing down, he answered earnestly, and listening to each other and our surroundings. Just like here. Very wise, she smiled. It could change everything. As moments stretched into conversations, Alex and Lyria found themselves deeply engaged, the world around them fading. Eventually, the tea was ready. With careful hands, Lyria poured it into two elegantly crafted cups that seemed to form from the air. Here's to our collaboration, may it inspire growth on both sides, Lyria proposed, raising her cup. To growth and new beginnings, Alex echoed, clinking his cup against hers before taking a sip. The taste flooded his senses, herbal and sweet, a blend of nature's finest. This is incredible, he exclaimed. I feel like I'm drinking the essence of Talara. Just wait until you see the effects, she laughed. It's truly magical. In that moment, as they sipped their tea and exchanged knowing smiles, Alex felt an overwhelming connection. I am here, and so is she. And just as the herbs blended in the cup before them, their lives were starting to intermingle in unexpected ways, marking the beginning of an exhilarating journey together. Chapter 4: Shadows of Doubt. The sun cast long shadows over the lush landscape of Talora as Alex and Lyria strolled hand in hand toward the council's chamber. Each step felt like an adventure filled with potential, a continuation of the joyful moments they had shared, from exploring the caverns to brewing tea. "Today is the day," Lyria said, glancing sideways at Alex. "Are you ready?" "As ready as I'll ever be," he replied, a hint of apprehension threading through his voice. "But what if they don't accept me?" Lyria stopped walking, turning to face him fully. "They will see your intentions as long as you speak from your heart. Just be honest." "Easier said than done," he said, running a hand through his hair, a gesture of nervousness. "What if they question why I'm really here?" "They have doubts, but they are willing to listen." Her reassurance was firm. "Just remember to respect their customs." He inhaled deeply, trying to absorb her confidence. "Right? Respect and honesty. I've got this." They arrived at the council's chamber, an impressive structure adorned with symbols representing the unity of Talora's tribes. As the massive doors creaked open, the suspense in the air intensified. "We're here," Lyria said, squeezing his hand briefly before stepping forward. Inside, the council was gathered, an array of elders, each one radiating wisdom and authority. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation. Commander Mercer, the eldest member, a looming figure with silvery luminescence, began. "You are a visitor among us. Your purpose must be declared." Alex stepped forward, trying to steady his pulse. "Thank you for allowing me this opportunity," he addressed the council, glancing around the circle, taking in each scrutinizing gaze. "I come from Earth to learn about Talora, to represent my people's desire for friendship." The elder's eyes narrowed slightly, assessing his sincerity. "Your kind has not always sought peace. Why should we believe your intentions now?" Alex's heart raced. "I know our history is marred by conflict, but I am here to change that narrative. I've experienced the beauty of Talora firsthand, thanks to Lyria, and I wish to foster a mutual understanding between our worlds." Lyria stepped forward, her voice steady. "His actions have shown his commitment to our bond. He respects our traditions." A murmur ran through the council, a mix of skepticism and curiosity. "Actions speak louder than words, young one," another elder interjected, voice deep and rumbling like distant thunder. "You must prove your worth to us." "What would you have me do?" Alex asked, his resolve hardening. The first elder leaned forward, interest glimmering in his gaze. "Demonstrate your knowledge of our land. Show us that you understand our values, our connections." Lyria turned to Alex, her expression a mix of pride and concern. "You can do this," she whispered. "Remember our discussions. Everything we explored together feeds into this." "Okay," he said, determination settling in. "Then let's begin. You must journey to the great tree of wisdom," the elder continued, gesturing outward. "Retrieve a leaf from its highest branch. It will symbolize your commitment to understanding Talora." "Consider it done," Alex affirmed, pushing back doubt. "When do I leave?" "Now," the elder commanded, the finality in his tone leaving little room for argument. "You must leave at once." "Alex," Lyria said, taking a step closer. "Be careful. The journey will not be easy. The path can be treacherous." "Don't worry, I'll be fine." "I won't let you down," he replied, focusing on her strength. He wanted to prove himself worthy of this trust. As he started toward the exit, the council's voices faded behind him. He could feel Lyria's eyes on him, a mix of faith and concern knitted into her expression. "It will be okay," he murmured to himself, stepping out into the bright sunlight. The great tree of wisdom stood at the heart of Talora, a symbol of unity and growth. It soared toward the sky, branches twisting like intertwined destinies. It loomed ahead, and as he reached the clearing, he took a moment to absorb its majesty. "All right, Alex, focus," he said, glancing up at the tallest branches. The task ahead wasn't simple, but he was determined to SD. Scanning the area, he noticed a narrow path winding upward. "Here goes nothing," he whispered. Alex began his ascent, navigating through the thick foliage. Each step brought him closer to the tree's highest branches, but the climb was challenging, bark was slick, and the branches twisted unpredictably. As he climbed, he thought about the gravity of the task and the council's expectations. "What if I fail?" he questioned aloud, almost feeling foolish. "What if they're right about me?" Suddenly, he lost his footing, slipping down a few branches before managing to steady himself. His breath hitched, fear clawing at his gut. No. Get it together," he urged himself, taking a deep breath and tightening his grip. He could almost hear Lyria's encouraging voice, urging him onward. After several grueling moments, he finally reached a sturdy branch that extended toward the highest leaves. The view was breathtaking, an ocean of green spread out below him with vibrant colors woven through. Just one leaf, he muttered, searching among the shimmering foliage. There, nestled against the sun-kissed leaves, lay a single emerald leaf that seemed to pulse with vibrant life. Yes, he breathed, reaching out carefully. As he plucked it, a wave of exhilaration surged through him. This was it, the sign of his commitment. But as he prepared to descend, the branch trembled underfoot, making him lose his balance again. He gasped, teetering precariously. Whoa, hold on. Alex, a voice pierced through the fear. It was Lyria, her figure appearing at the bottom of the tree. Be careful. Her concern cut through his panic, and he steadied himself. I've got it. Just come down safely. You can do this. Taking a deep breath and centering himself, Alex began his descent, moving cautiously. The climb down felt longer, but he focused on the goal, a renewed determination pushing him onward. He could hear Lyria's supportive cheers echoing in his mind, urging him to return. Finally, his feet hit the ground with a soft thud. He stumbled slightly but managed to regain his footing. I did it, he exclaimed, holding the leaf aloft like a trophy, joy flooding through him. Alex! Lyria rushed toward him, her expression filled with awe and admiration. You did it. Yeah, I guess I did, he laughed. That was exhilarating, to say the least. Let's get back to the council, she said, excitement bubbling in her voice. As they hurried back, Alex felt a mixture of anticipation and nerves. Would this be enough to earn their respect? The council awaited, and with it, the potential for his future here. Reaching the chamber once more, he pushed the doors open, stepping inside with Lyria by his side. The council regarded him with a cautious gaze, but anticipation filled the air. I have returned, he declared, holding the leaf high. This is a symbol of my commitment to understanding and connecting with Talera. The first elder leaned forward, evaluating the leaf with a measured expression. You dare to present this, human? I climbed the great tree of wisdom to retrieve it, Alex responded honestly. I wanted to prove my commitment to unity and respect. More murmurs cascaded among the council members. Does this resonate with your intentions? Lyria asked the council, a fierce determination in her eyes. It is a start, the elder replied finally. But remember, true collaboration demands more than just a token. You must embrace Talera fully. What do I need to do next? Alex asked, his spine straightening with resolute determination. Live among us, understand our rituals, respect our people, the elder instructed with a thoughtful nod. Until then, your journey is only just beginning. A wave of gratitude washed over Alex. I accept any challenges ahead. Lyria smiled proudly at him. Together, they would navigate the intricate tapestry of two worlds, each challenge a thread weaving their destinies closer. As the council deliberated on the next steps, he held out the leaf, a symbol of his journey so far and the promise of what was still to come. Chapter 5, A Leap of Faith. The days following Alex's return with the leaf from the great tree of wisdom were filled with a whirlwind of activities. The council had deemed his efforts commendable, yet they insisted he fully immerse himself in Talerian culture. Living among us will grant you insight, the first elder had said. Only then will the bond between our peoples deepen. We'll teach you our customs, our ways, Lyria had assured him, her eyes shining with excitement. This will be an adventure like no other. Now, Alex stood in a vibrant village clearing, surrounded by Talerians, each one bustling with energy as they prepared for the annual Festival of Unity. Colorful decorations sparked joy in the air, with streams of fabric flowing from trees and food stalls lining the outskirts. Are you ready for this? Lyria asked, her tone teasing but filled with warmth as she glanced at him. More than ready. Alex replied, trying to mask his nervousness. What's the first task on the itinerary? Celebrating our traditions through art and dance, she exclaimed, clapping her hands. You'll learn how to paint with bioluminescent paints. It's a symbol of our connection to the world around us. Sounds fun, he nodded, feeling the warmth of her enthusiasm. But don't blame me if I make a mess. Lyria laughed, guiding him to the art station next to a large canvas that stretched under a sprawling tree, its branches heavy with luminescent flowers. First, you have to learn the symbolism behind our colors, she said, picking up a brush dipped in a bright hue. This violet represents harmony and this blue signifies trust. Paint how you feel about your experiences here. Okay, what if I just splash them all together? He joked, gripping the brush with both hands as if it were a paintball instead of a delicate tool. Give it a try. Lyria giggled, watching with eager anticipation. With some excitement bubbling over, Alex started creating swirls and patterns, mixing colors randomly on the canvas. Initially chaotic, each stroke reflected his thoughts about Talera, the laughter, the beauty, the friendships he had formed. Hey, not bad. Lyria exclaimed after stepping back to observe his progress. You're capturing the spirit. I think you're just being nice, he laughed, raising an eyebrow playfully. What do you think of this mess? It's not a mess at all. It's an expression, and that's what art is about, she encouraged. What does this color mean to you? Alex leaned closer, examining the bold strokes. This one? It's about finding joy in uncertainty. Like my journey here. Exactly. Embrace it, Lyria said, her expression radiant. She reached over, dipping her own brush into a shimmering green. Here, let me show you. As she guided his hand, they moved fluidly together, blending colors, laughter intertwining with each stroke. With their shared creative energy, the canvas transformed into a vibrant depiction of connection and trust. When they finished, Alex stepped back, surveying their work. I didn't expect it to turn out like this, he admitted, pride flickering in his chest. It's beautiful. A true representation of our bond, Lyria said, her eyes twinkling. Now let's add it to the display. They lifted the canvas toward the center of the festival, joining other decorated pieces from their village. Joy bubbled in Alex's chest, feeling a sense of accomplishment. What's next? He asked, glancing around the bustling area. I'm ready for more. It's time for the Dance of Unity, Lyria announced with excitement, clapping her hands together. We'll teach you the steps. Dance? Right? I'll embarrass myself, won't I? Alex chuckled, but there was an eagerness beneath his humor. Not if you follow my lead, she said confidently. It's all about feeling the rhythm and connecting with those around you. They joined a gathering of Telerians in a grassy clearing where vibrant music pulsed through the air. Lyria took his hand, leading him into the circle. The drums beat enthusiastically, vibrating throughout the area. See? Just follow my movements. She encouraged, demonstrating the first few steps. He mirrored her movements, trying to keep up. Okay, this isn't so bad. The rhythmic beats fueled his energy. Great. Now add more flair. Let your spirit join the dance, Lyria called out, twirling gracefully. Flair, he exclaimed, laughing as he attempted to imitate her. I have no flair. You'll find it, she teased, bouncing with laughter. Just let go. It's about enjoying the moment. With her words ringing in his ears, he let go of his embarrassment, moving freely in the dance. The Telerians surrounded them, sharing joyful laughter and cheers of encouragement, creating a community feeling that enveloped him. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Alex shouted over the music, joy flooding through him as he twirled around, throwing himself into the spirit of the dance. See? I knew you could do it. Lyria beamed, her eyes capturing the light. Now we're one with the rhythm of Talera. As they swayed together, laughter echoed, and he could feel their connection deepen, transforming from mere words into shared experiences. In this very moment, he found a sense of belonging that he never knew he needed. After a while, the dance began to wind down and they both fell to the grass, breathless and exhilarated. That was incredible. Alex panted, soaking in the afterglow. I've never felt so alive. Just wait until we do it again next year. Lyria grinned, glancing at him with excitement in her eyes. With the festival in full swing, they moved from one stall to another, sampling foods bursting with flavor, discussing the various ingredients. What is this? He asked, trying a new dish that felt like a blend of spices exploding in his mouth. Telerian trail snack. It's a mix of fruits and nuts that give you energy, she explained, chuckling as he finished it in seconds. Looks like you like it. I love it. I could eat this every day, he exclaimed, reaching back for another. What's next? I'll try anything. After sampling, we'll join the storytellers, Lyria said, leading him toward a gathering under a large tent adorned with glowing orbs. They share tales of our ancestors, stories that tie us to the land. As they settled onto soft cushions, the elder storyteller began. Gather round. Tonight, we'll explore the legacy of the great tree of wisdom. A tree that has witnessed the ages. As he wove the tale, Alex found himself captivated, immersed in the wonders of Telerian culture while seated beside Lyria, feeling the warmth of her presence. She leaned closer, her breath a light caress against his arm. What do you think? She asked, her eyes shimmering in the warm light. I'm captivated, he replied honestly, meeting her gaze. Stories like this remind us of our roots and the importance of connection. And they are the threads that bind us, she replied softly, a sincerity in her voice. As the night went on, they listened intently, sharing glances and smiles. The atmosphere was filled with camaraderie, laughter, and the gentle hum of connection, a harmonizing chorus threading through the warmth of their growing relationship. Eventually, as the storytelling came to an end and the stars glittered above, Lyria turned to Alex. Thank you for today. I loved sharing this with you. I'm grateful for the chance to learn your ways, he said genuinely. You've made this experience unforgettable. We're just getting started, she said, a playful glimmer in her eyes. Next, we need to dive deeper into the lessons of Talera together. "Count me in," he said, feeling the thrill of possibility sparking within him. As they made their way back through the festival, the shared laughter and stories lingered in the air, mingling like the colors on the canvas they had created. In that moment, Alex realized he had found not just a visual representation of their experiences but something deeper, a bond that had begun to form. And as he turned to Lyria, he couldn't shake the feeling that this journey was leading him towards something remarkable, a story intertwined with hers that was still waiting to be written.